Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Raven, and today I'm going to be showing you the best stream settings for 2019. So without further ado, let's hop right into this video. If you guys didn't know, I stream on Twitch, so make sure you go check me out in the description, and I guess we'll just get right into it. So we're just going to, if you guys don't have a scene already, then you could just go ahead and hit this plus, hit OK to a new scene. You'll see a black rectangle, or you could right click and hit add, or you can hit the plus again and hit display capture, or any of that. But I'm just gonna go back to the one I had. If you don't see this, you can just right click and hit enable preview. Yours might look a little different because I have the Stream Elements plugin and I have a different theme set up, so mine might look a little different, but that's okay. But you want to go to the bottom right and hit settings, and then the theme, you can change this to whatever you want. So your personal preference doesn't really change any performance, so you can change that to whatever you want. But we're going to move on to the stream tab. Your stream tab might look a little different because I have the OBS version 23, so this is the new OBS version that is coming out very soon. I don't know if it's out yet, but the beta is out and I'm using the beta right now. But the version 23 gives you a lot of cool key features that will help your stream entirely and make your streaming job a little easier, such as in the stream tab, you can add your account, your Twitch account or anything like that, so you don't have to keep adding your stream key. But you're going to select your the service that you want. I'm selecting Twitch, but you can select YouTube, Mixer, Facebook Live, Restream.io, or anything like that. And then for your server, you can either just click wherever you think's closest, or you can run the bandwidth test that Twitch made. I'll link the download to that in the description below, so you can go ahead and run that and find your desired server. But I have my account connected, so I don't need my stream key. But if you didn't have your account connected, you just paste your stream key right here, and then you could go ahead and hit apply. Next, we'll be moving on to the output tab. Once again, your output tab might look a little different because I'm using version 23. But at the top, you want to go from simple to advanced output mode. And then you want to go to the streaming settings, because this video is based out on streaming for settings. But if you really want to see recording settings, make sure you drop a like and comment down below and subscribe and hit that bell icon. It really helps me out a lot. But let's just keep going. The audio track, just keep that as 1 unless you I mean, you have to test with the audio tracks to get the hang of it and know what it is. But like, you can set your audio tracks as from 1 for your game, then 2 for music, and 3 for Discord or something like that. Anything. It's really cool if you really know how to use it, but I don't really use it that much, so I just keep it on 1. Encoder, this is the new NVIDIA encoder, so this is another key feature of version 23. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, it's really cool because it uses the more resources in your graphics card to put out the stream. I believe it increases your quality by 66% of what the old encoder used to be for your graphics card, but it really helps, and I really suggest it if you don't have a high-end CPU. And then check enforce streaming service encoder settings, and then rescale output, you can leave that unchecked, because if you want to rescale or downscale your output, then you probably should do it in the video tab, and I'll get to that later. But next, the rate control, bitrate, keyframe interval, and all that good stuff is next. So rate control, you want to change that to CBR, and then your bitrate, we'll come back to that because that is really important. And then your keyframe interval, make that 2. It should be default should be 0. Make that 2. Preset max quality is also a little different because it's version 23. But max quality is good if you have a a more beefier computer and it's a newer computer. But if you have a little older computer or it's on the lower end side, quality is just a little bit less like better performance, but a little bit less quality, but it's still really good quality. Profile, always leave that on high. Look ahead and psycho visual tuning, leave those two checked. Don't really know what they mean, but they work for me. GPU, that is if you're trying to stream on more than one GPU. I suggest 0 represents your first GPU and 1 represents your second. Don't know why it's like that, but that's just how it is. Max B frames, I'll leave that at 2 because it works for me, and then you can go ahead and hit apply. Hold on one second, I forgot to go back to the bitrate section. For your bitrate, you want to go to just go to your browser that you want, and then just type in internet speed test. If I can type internet speed test, and this should just pop up. You can run speed test. As this runs, you can see your internet speed test, and it doesn't really matter what your download is. You just want to worry about your upload. So as you can see, my upload's like around 12-ish. I think my upload's like 11.9 or something like that, around 12 or 11.7, somewhere around that range. But your upload speed might not be as good, or maybe even better, but that's okay because mine is pretty good. My upload, I can handle 5K bitrate or 6K bitrate. But you have to keep in mind that people in your house are using your internet, and you got to use internet if you're gonna connect to the games. So so I'd say you want to use half the bit rate or use your bit rate is half the internet speed test you have. So like mine was 11K, so I could probably hit 6K, but I'm just gonna leave mine at 5K, so there's still plenty of room for people to use it in my house and to use for the game. But I recommend, if you have less than 5 megabits upload, I suggest not streaming. If you really want to do content creation, recording might be a little easier for your internet because you don't have to send the image back and forth from the service provider. So that would really help if you don't have that too good of internet connection. Alright, next we're going to the audio tab. The sample rate is what your microphone sampler rate is. So if you don't know how to find that, you can right click on the speaker in the bottom right and hit sounds. After you get to that, a new window should pop up. As you can see, you got a window here. Hit recording, the recording tab at the top. Make sure you select your microphone that you want, and then hit properties. Then you'll see general, listen, levels, and advanced. You want to click on advanced tab, and then you don't want to change the default format. The default format is really important, and you really need to know what this is. So see how mine says 44,100. Yours may say 48,000, which is also fine. You just want to go back to your audio settings. I'm just going to hit OK. Sample rate, and mine's going to be 44.1 because mine's 44,100. If yours is 48,000, you can get and select 48. And then next, you want to hit stereo. Make sure it's probably the default, but just keep that on stereo. Default audio device, make that your headphones or speakers you want the audio to be outputted to. And then your desktop audio device 2, I'd suggest leaving that disabled unless you want to like output it to speakers and headphones. I don't know why, but you might want to. And then your mic and auxiliary, you want to select that as your microphone. I highly suggest do not leaving it on default. That could sometimes mess it up and select a microphone you may not want. And then only if you're using if you're doing a podcast or anything like that, you would need a second microphone, or if you're doing a double stream or anything like that. But I suggest just leaving these disabled if you're not using a second microphone. And then for audio meter decay rate, just leave that at fast. Peak meter type, leave that at sample peak, and then you can go ahead and hit apply. Next, we're going to the video tab. The video tab is really important, and this is where you're going to do the downscaling if you want to, or and this is where you're going to be outputting your resolution and all that good stuff. So your base canvas resolution, you want to keep it as your monitor resolution. So mine's 1920 by 1080, yours may be 1280 by 720 or 2560 by 1440 or anything like that. So you can either hit the drop down menu and select one, or you can just go ahead, delete it, and type it again. But you want to leave that as your monitor resolution. Then your output scaled resolution is the resolution you want to output your stream or recording resolution as. So you can either I suggest 1280 by 720 if you don't have if you have like a okay computer. But 1920 by 1080, leaving these two the same, like is pretty good if you have a decent computer. And but if you don't have a pretty good computer but you don't have a bad computer, you can just go ahead and select the drop down menu and look and select the 1440 by 810. This still has pretty good quality, even though it's a weird resolution. It still has pretty good quality, and it doesn't really make a difference for, like, it's a little better than 720, I'd say. But the next option is downscale filter. I suggest using either one of the sharpened scalings, bicubic 16 samples or Langsos 32 samples. If you're downscaling or upscaling, I don't know why you would be upscaling, but if you're downscaling, I suggest doing Langsos because it would get the best quality out of your downscaling. But bicubic sharpened scaling is good if you're just leaving them the same. And lastly, you have the common FPS value. Mine's 59.94. You can stream at 30 FPS, but I highly suggest not, because the viewers will definitely see a quality impact, and you definitely do not want to stream anything less than 30 FPS. But if you want to stream at 60 FPS, which is 59.94, or 60 FPS, they're both pretty much the same. But I'm just going to leave mine at 59.94, and you go ahead and hit apply. Hotkeys are personal preference. You can select these hotkeys to anything on your keyboard or any other keybind you have to start or stop the stream or mute your mic or anything like that. So I'm not going to go over that much. And lastly, you want to go to the Advanced tab. The Advanced tab, the first option you have is the process priority. I'd suggest leaving this at normal because it allows you to have your stream and your game really nice quality, and you still have that gaming experience while you're streaming. And if you really have a really beefy computer, then you could hit above normal or high. I really suggest not doing high unless you have a really nice computer like an i9 and an RTX card or a 1080 Ti or anything like that. Next is the video section. The renderer Direct3D 11, color format NV12 is the best. YUV color space, I suggest 709 because you get the most colors. And then YUV color range, make sure that is full because that allows your stream to get all the 255 color range. If you don't have this on full, then it uses your CPU to change the colors of your stream, and it doesn't really look that good, and it uses your CPU, so that's a double negative. And going down a little bit, you can add a stream delay. I obviously have a stream delay because I don't want stream snipers or anything in my game, so I have a stream delay for 10 seconds. It's not that long, but it works for me. So if you can add a stream delay if you want. Twitch already puts a stream delay on, but it's really not that long, maybe about 15 seconds max, depending on your connection to the servers. But I add an extra 10 seconds, which is pretty good if you're playing a multiplayer game where they could get in your game and start stream sniping. So yeah, after that you can hit apply and hit OK, and you should be ready, good to go. That's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash that like button if you did, subscribe, and tick that bell icon for future videos. If you want to see the best recording settings for 2019, make sure you comment down below that you want to see it, and then make sure to check out all the Twitch tools in the description, and check out my Twitch stream. I stream decent amount a week, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.